Hello, if you are seeing this video, welcome to my class. If you're not in my class, then I don't know how you got this video, but either way, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to welcome you all to my 7th grade writing class and my 8th grade writing class. I have a majority of 7th grade writing classes, but I have one 8th grade writing class. I'm super excited to get some of the kids back that I had last year. But I just wanted to kind of make a video to not only just welcome you all to my class, but kind of give parents a sort of direction in how to navigate my classroom so that if you're having trouble or that if your student is having trouble, you can kind of guide them in the right direction. This is not going to be a super long video. I just kind of wanted to go through my lesson plans and how my classroom looks. At the beginning of the school year, I'm going to send my lesson plans out to parents, and you'll be able to view these. You can view those anytime. And I will also, every single day that we have school, I will be posting my lesson plans in Google Classroom for my students, and they will have them every single day because we will use them every single day. I wanted to make one uniform way that we find all of our assignments, that we find all of the instruction that we had for that day. My hope is that I will be able to, if your student missed that day, I'll be able to contact them via email. But if I am not able to contact, somehow we get in touch with each other, then I should be able to post some videos if it was a mini lesson that we did or something like that, that will all be located in Google Classroom. But for parents, I just wanted to let you all know that I am going to email this out. If you happen to lose the email with my lesson plans in it, no worries. Have your student open up their Chromebook and get into our Google Classroom for writing, and you should be able to find our lesson plans pretty simple. When I post them for our students every day, though, I will say, here's our lesson plan, or here's our lesson plan. We're on slide 4 today, or we're on slide 13 today. And then I might say like 13 to 17 because that's the slides we'll use for the day. Might just tell them which slide to start on, whatever. But regardless, they'll have some sort of direction. Like I said, I just kind of wanted to go through this with you all so that you all can kind of see understand how my lesson plans look so that it's easy access for you all and easy to just locate assignments and whatnot. So the first thing you'll do when you pull this up is I've got on slide 2 and 3 here, it's kind of some direction on what my class looks like and how we're going to operate and whatnot, and then how you can navigate our lessons for the day or the week or whatever. So the first thing you'll do is you will find the green and yellow month slide. So once you find that, you're going to look and find the first day of the week. If you can, that we actually start school. So like some days we might not start until Tuesday, or we might not start till Wednesday, for example, this first day of school. So you'll see that if you click that, it's going to take you to the weekly overview slide, which I'll show kids on Mondays too, but you can see on this is week 1. This is kind of an overview of what we're going to do for week 1. Monday, Tuesday, we don't have school, obviously. Wednesday is our first day of school back. We're only meeting with our mentor groups those days. And then Thursday and Friday, you can kind of see that I've got some instruction there. Now, every time that you see a weekly slide that's pink, they're always going to be pink. The month slide's always going to be that green and yellow color. On the weekly slide, you'll see Wednesday. If you click on Wednesday, it's going to take you to Wednesday's beginning slide. So let me give you another example of that, because on week 2, that might not be the case. Let me see here. Oh, there it is. On week 2, that might not be the case. It's going to take you to the Monday slide here, but Monday slide has several slides that go with it. So we might have a few extra slides. So it's just going to take you to that beginning slide. With that being said, it also says that our slides will end or begin every day that we work are going to begin, and they will all look like this. The first slide is always going to look like this. It's a blue and purple slide. It's going to have our learning target over to the side here, this learning target, and then it's going to have the first few days I have an agenda here, but normally it's called activating schema. And what that is kind of like our way of warming up, building on what we did the previous day or what we did the previous lesson. This is a better example. So learning target, activating schema. And when they click on that, it'll tell them what they need to do for, it's kind of their warm up, their bell ringer. But we're all calling it activating schema in a way that we can help students understand that this is meant to get you back in the mind frame of writing and what we were talking about. So every day that you see, or for every day that you see this, you'll see the date on the top of it. You'll see the standard that we're working with, and then you'll see the learning target and activating schema. Let me go back up here. So you'll see your weekly overview, and then you'll see your daily overview. All of those are going to stay the same color for the most part. I don't want to change them up because I feel like that's kind of confusing. So each day in writing, students will have the beginning slide. The left is the learning goal for the day. Again, that learning goal is something that we want. It's the end goal for class that day. I find that, well, everyone finds that when students have a goal and they know where they need to be, it makes the process seem more relevant to their to working. So that's the goal for that. The slide that follows will be the activity slide. I already kind of said that. Students will have an exit slip. So I haven't decided, I haven't made an exit slip yet for the first few days, but those will probably look like this orange slide over to the side. They will probably look like this and have their exit slip on there. Their exit slip is just going to kind of be another way of me assessing, did they understand anything I said, or was it Charlie Brown's teacher, wah, wah, wah. They don't have a clue what I'm talking about. And then that's for me to be able to go back and say, maybe I need to meet with this one just a few more extra minutes tomorrow, or maybe I need to catch them the next day and just chat with them for a second and see if they were okay that day or they had any other questions. So each week, so that's kind of how you look at my lesson plans. And then I kind of wanted to let you all know what my class is going to look like. This is a lot of information, and I typed a lot in here just to be very detailed. I'm a very detail-oriented person, so making sure that you all understood everything that we're going to be doing. So each week, with the exception of some of the days that we start the week on and whatnot, students will receive their weekly vocabulary. They're going to be responsible for that, and it's to be completed on their own time. I will address all of this. They will understand all of it. They will have immaculate directions for it. So they will know how to do it. But for your all's, I just wanted to explain for your all's sake what it looks like. They will get a document that's weekly vocab. It's up to them to complete it. It's up to them to turn it in on Friday morning. They'll turn it in Friday morning at 8:45 is when our first period starts. So no matter what period they're in, they're going to turn it in at 8:45. If they get it finished sooner, they're welcome to turn it into Google Classroom before that. But they will go in there, do their vocab. There's two main activities for them to look at. And then on Fridays, we have a vocab quiz. Every time that I give a vocab packet or a vocab assignment, they'll have a vocab quiz that follows that. And I'm super excited to bring back vocab because that's something that was more of an elementary thing. And we did spelling words, and then activating that vocab again is is so meaningful to what we're actually doing in class. So I want it to be not just random words that they're going to see, but stuff that actually is going to be relevant to what we're learning. So next I have, if you really just wanted to look a little bit more in depth to my lesson plans, this is maybe more so for me or whoever else wants to read them. It's up to you. But I always have a unit overview before we start. You can kind of see what standards I'm going to be looking at that are actually for our instruction. Of course, if you don't know, Kentucky has a wide list of standards that we look at and make sure we address as a teacher every year. So it will tell you the standards that we're going to be looking at, the standards that I'm actually going to test for. And then it tells you an end goal. And this is like what I plan to get our students to throughout the unit that I'm working for. So for an example, this first unit that we do is it hits every single thing that we do in all sorts of classes. We might not, the students might not understand that they do these thinking strategies, but it's something that they do subconsciously when they're reading, when they're writing. And we're going to learn how to use those thinking strategies as a writer. So it kind of tells you the end goal. It tells you my plan to get us there. And I think that, again, that end goal, if students know what the end goal is, it makes that process a lot easier. So, again, I just wanted to give you all a brief overview of that. Finally, just to reiterate those weekly slides, yada, yada. I'm a very detail oriented person. I may give too much detail. I may give too much instruction, and I learn as I go. But what I really wanted to make sure is that students with these lesson plans, it is I feel like it's a no fail option. Like there's not a way for your student to say, I don't know what we did that day. I was so sick or whatever. I forgot to log into Google. It's a way that we can hold our student accountable. I say our student because he's mine and yours, or she's mine and yours. So it's a way for us to hold them responsible for doing their work. And at the beginning of the year, I'm going to be very vigilant on making sure that they don't forget to read that. Oh, let me know if you read that. Do y'all have any questions? But as the year goes on, I hope to like gradually release them and being able to do their assignments without so much instruction or direction on how to get there, or use this link and use that link kind of thing. But it is more importantly, when a student is absent, this is a surefire way to be able to pull up the day that they were absent, find what we did in class. There might be a video attached at the end of the day that if you all missed, then you can go back and look maybe. I haven't totally decided on how I'm going to do that. I may just do that on a per student basis. But however this helps our students, I think that these lesson plans are very in detail and they will be very easy for our students to follow. So I am not going to keep rambling, but if you all have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. The best way to communicate with me, especially during all of this, is going to be to send me an email. I will be able to reach you all and respond. I promise to respond within 24 to 48 hours. I'm usually really good about sending emails back, so I don't want to jinx myself and then get bogged down by emails and not be able to answer them all. But have that. I also have office hours that I will be sharing out with parents on Wednesdays. I have office hours from 6 to 8:30, and you all are able to set up an appointment with me if you all want to go a little bit more in depth to an assignment, or if you need help with another thing, or you have a concern about your student. That's a perfect time for you all to ask those questions or meet with me to be able to do so. So if you all have any other questions, like I said, just shoot me an email. Thanks so much.